Michigan quarterback J.J. McCarthy and running back Blake Corum declared for the NFL Draft on Sunday after leading the Wolverines to their first national championship since 1997. Both players announced their decisions on social media. "I have talked to many in and out of football, including my family, coach, Jim Harbaugh, and many whose opinions I greatly admire and respect," McCarthy said on Instagram. "The decision was not easy, and how could it be? I love my teammates. I love my coaches, and I love it here in Ann Arbor." McCarthy went 27-1 as Michigan's starting quarterback, and his only loss came against TCU in the Fiesta Bowl last season. He completed 72.3% of his passes for 2,991 yards and 22 touchdowns with 4 interceptions as a junior. Coach Jim Harbaugh has described McCarthy as the best college quarterback to play at Michigan. McCarthy added to his legacy by leading a fourth-quarter drive to force overtime in the Rose Bowl and guiding Michigan to a victory against Washington in the championship game of the college football playoff. McCarthy is a polarizing draft prospect, with some evaluators projecting him in the first round and others questioning his readiness. McCarthy topped 200 passing yards only once in Michigan's final 6 games, though that performance came against Alabama in the Rose Bowl, where he threw for 221 yards and 3 touchdowns against a secondary that included 2 potential first-round picks at cornerback. McCarthy was 10 of 18 for 140 yards with no touchdowns and no interceptions in the CFP championship game. Though he didn't put up gaudy numbers, McCarthy moved the offense with his arm and his legs and joined Brian Griescher as the only quarterbacks to lead Michigan to a national championship since 1948. The response, the urgency right after that last game last year, it was different, McCarthy said. "I knew it. Just from being on the podium last year and saying we would be back, I knew the guys that were coming back. I had this feeling that it was going to be where we are right now." Corum, a senior, recorded 1,245 yards on 258 carries with 27 touchdowns in 2023. He had a strong performance in Monday's national championship game, putting up 134 yards and scoring twice. "Michigan will forever be home. This time last year, we had unfinished business, and now I can say, business is finished and I'm finished as well," Corum said in a video on X. "Thank you for everything. I love y'all." Analyzing McCarthy's draft stock, expectations were high for McCarthy entering this season. He was my QB3, behind USC's Caleb Williams and North Carolina's Drake May, in my preseason top 50 in August and again in my mid-season top 50 in November. On paper, McCarthy exceeded those expectations with 72.3% completions and 25 total touchdowns in 2023. But from an evaluation standpoint, his tape leaves you wanting more because the Michigan offense didn't ask him to consistently push the ball downfield, he averaged only 6.8 yards per attempt over the final 6 games of the season. To his credit, McCarthy consistently converted on money downs and stepped up whenever his team needed him to make a play.